Alright, what's up guys? I have another tutorial for you guys today. This one is again with the HorrorFPS Kit, and it's going to be kind of a rough tutorial. I'm going to show you guys how to set up the loading screen here and the main menu. So let's go ahead and start off with the loading screen. So when you guys first open the loading screen, you might see something kind of like this, where it's just like super bright and you can't really see anything. Just click on this button here. It turns off the skybox and all that stuff. You can also turn off the lights if you want like a dark screen, if that helps you see. None of this is going to affect how it looks in the game. This is just for the the scene view here. So like I said, yeah, you can just turn that off. And so yeah, so we should have something like this. You guys might have a different picture in there. You can drag your own picture in there if you want. In the previous game I made, I actually used an in-game picture. I actually went into my game and took a screenshot and used that. And for my main menu, I used a I used a like a dynamic menu. So it was actually a camera placed in my game, so you can see like the trees blowing in the wind and stuff, and it looked pretty cool. But I'm just going to show you guys how to set this up pretty quickly, just using static pictures. All right, so the first thing we want to do is in our loading screen here, we're going to click on that, and we're going to see the scene loader script on the right over in the inspector here. And underneath this, we're going to have a scene infos tab. So go ahead and expand that. And you guys might have, I think you might have about 5 of them in there. Not 50, 5. And I think one's going to be like the house, one's going to be showcase, one's going to be like an empty scene or test scene or whatever. So we don't really need any of that stuff because we don't want like any of that in our game. So let's just go ahead and make this one. And assuming you guys just have that one scene in your game, what you want to do is just go ahead and name, in the scene name, just put the name of your scene, exactly how it's spelled. And in the description, just put what you want to show up here. So the level name is going to show up here. And the scene description is going to show up right here. Okay. And in your background, just go ahead and you can go to this, type in this here. So this is where to find backgrounds, or you can just type in backgrounds here, and that'll take you to the same spot. And yeah, we can just pick one of these, or like I said, you can, you know, take a screenshot of your game or find something you want and just put it into this folder here. What you want to do is under the scene infos of your scene, just drag and drop whatever picture you want into this slot here. Just make sure that whatever picture you do choose is a Sprite 2D UI, or else it's not going to work there. I did find out that you can't put it here, so there is an image, source image for background. Like I can change this. For example, I can drag this one in here and change it to that, but as you can see when I press play, it's still going to be the original picture. So dragging and dropping it in here really does nothing. I'll just put the same picture I had back in there. So yeah, you're going to want to change the background in this section here under the scene infos right here. Cool. All this we can just leave the same. Don't mess with any of this stuff here. You don't really need to. The other thing you can do is you can adjust the tips. Some of the tips that come with the asset, I really hate to say this, but I don't like them just because the English is kind of screwed up. Like this one says, flashlight consumes the batteries. Search for new ones in order to not lose the light. Like to me, that just sounds kind of funky. Like, you know, you're going to want to change these, right? Like make them unique to your game, right? Like I just put this as a tip. But yeah, you can change, you know, you can put how many tips you want, put 6, you can put, you know, 3, 4, 2, 0. You don't have to put any tips in there, but, you know, it's good to have a few in there. Tip time is just how long each tip shows up on the screen, so you can put 3 seconds, 4 seconds, 5. I just leave it at 3. I think 3 is a good number, so. Yeah, so that's pretty much it for this. So yeah, if we press play, we can see our scene name up top. We can see our description of what is going to be up here in the game. We can see our tips down in the bottom. And eventually, once it loads, it's going to have a button that says press any key. And we can just press any key, just like right here. And we should be in our game. Yep. So don't worry about when it says no cameras rendering. For some reason, it says that in the editor. But when you build your game, you're not going to see that. Okay, so let's go to the main menu here, and let's save our changes there. Cool, so kind of the same thing. what we can do is we can do the same kind of thing we did over there. We can go to the main menu game UI, and at the bottom, under game load manager, the first thing we want to do is under the new game build is type in exactly what our scene is called. So over in our build settings, and this is another thing you want to do, make sure the scene of your game comes after the scene loader. So it's going to go main menu, scene loader, and then the name of your scene. And you want to spell that exactly as it is here. That's how Unity knows to, when new game is pressed, that's how it knows to go to the scene loader, and that's how it knows using this script here, the scene tool script. That's how it knows to load our actual game scene after all this is done. Cool. So how do we change some of this stuff? So let's go to, I think it's under UI blur is the first thing you want to do. If you guys see something like this, like you play your game, like you put a picture in here, it looks good here, but when you press play, like all you see is this gray screen, which I don't even know why it's there in the first place. Like, I mean, I guess it adds some blurry effect if you want like something like that, but just check this alpha. So go to UI blur, and under image, just click this white bar and drag the alpha all the way down to 0. And that's going to make it so that we can actually see our background image here. And to change that background image, we're going to want to go to, let's see here. It's been a while since I've done this, so let's see if it's under here. Okay. Not under canvas, UI root. Yeah, UI root. Okay, so UI root is where you're going to want to change your background image. Like I said, you can, drag and drop whatever image you want in there. If you guys want a tutorial on how to do like a dynamic main menu where like it's an actual camera placed in your game, so if you have like zombies walking around, you'd see that as your main menu. I can make a tutorial for that later, but for now I'm just kind of doing a rough, tutorial. So like I said, you just drag an image in there. To change the game logo up top, I just made my own in Photoshop, but you literally just go to under the canvas, UI root, click on game logo, and just drag and drop your own logo in there. Like I said, make sure that your logo is a 2D UI and sprite image. That way it gets rid of any background. If especially on PNG files, you want it to be transparent, so it's going to show up there. What I don't want is new game example. I don't want to play an example. We don't need that. So I'm just going to let me open this. Can I open this prefab? Okay, so let's go to new game panel. Not that. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, like I said, it's been a while since I've done this, but okay, there it is. Okay, so it's under main menu UI. So click on main menu UI, background, menu buttons. Okay, so it's under menu buttons. We don't want examples. I guess I have to open this prefab. We want new game. We don't want examples. But everything else is good. So let's just take our load game button, our settings button, and our quit button, and let's just drag them up a little bit. About right there. Let's go back. Yeah, that looks about good. Cool. So let's go ahead and play this. And the reason I don't want the example scenes in there, obviously for our game, we don't want that, but I also deleted all those scenes, so we don't need any of that stuff. Alright, let's go ahead and play this. So yeah, we see our logo here. Can't continue because we haven't saved any game, but we have all our other things here. Settings. Can't load any games yet, but let's go ahead and hit play new game. So as you can see, we have our tips down there. We have our story name, we have the story description, and after a few seconds the game should load. There we we go. Press any key. And we are in our game. Cool. Pause menu, we can change the logo up there to match what we had. I could probably do that for you guys real quick. Cool. So let's go to see where that would be. It might be in our actual scene. I don't think it's nice. Okay, so it's not in the main menu scene. So let's go to our main scene here. Double click that. Let that load. All right, so let's go to our game UI, our canvas, and it's going to be our let's see, pause UI. Okay, so pause UI and game logo. There it is. So let's just change this. Let's go to, if I can find where I put that. Okay, there's that original image. So under pause UI, game logo, let's just drag and drop that in there. And when we pause our game, we should have the same logo as our main menu. Let's check it out. Yep, there it is. Cool. Awesome, guys. So hopefully this helps you guys. If so, please subscribe and hit the like button on this video. And stay tuned for more tutorials. If you guys have any requests you want me to do, just drop a comment in there. Just PM me on Discord if you want. And yeah, I'll see you on the next one.